He arrived in London with no promises, no declarations, and no pressure. Carlos Alcaraz simply showed up, and then reminded the tennis world that he's not here to participate. He's here to dominate. With just a week until Wimbledon, the reigning champion has silenced all questions and sent one message loud and clear: the king of grass might no longer be named Novak. Because Carlos Alcaraz is coming, and he's coming fast. On Sunday, under the sky at Queen's Club, he stood tall once again. With ruthless precision and fearless swagger, he took down Jiří Lehecka in straight sets and lifted the Queen's trophy for the second time. It wasn't just a title, it was a statement. A statement that the world number 2 isn't slipping. That his grip on greatness isn't loosening. That his confidence isn't manufactured, it's built through battles, sweat, and victories. 18 straight wins. The longest winning streak of his young career. And with every point, he's proving that youth is no excuse, and history is not just something he reads. It's something he writes. Alcaraz didn't enter this grass court swing with demands. He didn't promise domination. He came with humility. I came here with no expectations at all, he admitted after his Queen's triumph. I just wanted to play 2-3 matches. Try to feel great on grass. Give myself feedback on what to improve. But then, as champions do, he adjusted. His body adapted. His footwork sharpened. His grass court mode was, in his own words, activated. By the time the tournament ended, he wasn't just improving, he was owning the court. He wasn't just surviving rallies, he was controlling them. He wasn't just playing on grass, he was commanding it. This win marks his 4th title on the surface. Only one active player, Novak Djokovic, has more grass court trophies. Let that sink in. The 21-year-old has already positioned himself among the elite, not as a challenger, but as a peer. Not as a future great, but as a present-day problem. And that's what he's become for every man in the Wimbledon draw, a problem. Because Carlos Alcaraz is no longer a rising star. He is a star, full stop. One who has mastered clay. One who has conquered grass. One who knows how to fight under the lights of a major final and leave with silver in hand. His last loss, April, Barcelona. A hard-fought final against Holger Rune. Since then, he's been perfect. 5 consecutive finals, 4 titles, 1 mission: to keep rising, and to keep silencing doubt. Winning Queens isn't just another notch on his resume. It's a prelude. Because in 2023, he did the same. Queens champion, then Wimbledon champion. Only 8 men in the Open era have completed that summer double. Alcaraz wants to be the 9th, and he's sprinting toward that history. Tennis legends are taking notice. You can't really expect better form for him coming into Wimbledon, said Pat Cash, a former Wimbledon winner, with admiration and awe. He's obviously the player to beat, red-hot favorite for sure. When a past champion points at the future and calls him, the one. When the locker room starts whispering about your form. When your wins stack so high that your bad days look like most players' peaks. That's when you know the game has shifted. That's when you know the torch is no longer being passed, it's being taken. Carlos Alcaraz is not waiting for an invitation. He's not knocking at the door of greatness. He's kicking it in. His movement on grass, once questioned, now feels instinctual. His serve, once inconsistent, is now a weapon. His drop shots, his power, his nerve, all fine-tuned, all lethal. Every match he plays now feels like a highlight reel in progress. He's no longer learning how to win. He's learning how to dominate. And yet, through it all, he remains grounded. He talks like a student of the game, even as he masters it. That humility, that joy, that killer instinct hiding behind a smile. That's what separates Alcaraz from others. Because while some crumble under pressure, he seems to thrive in it. He walks into arenas with a grin and leaves with trophies. He jokes with reporters, then breaks records. He's the show. He's the substance. He's the storm and the calm that follows. As Wimbledon approaches, the talk will intensify. Can Novak be dethroned? Will Alcaraz repeat? Is there anyone who can stop him? But for those watching closely, the answers are already forming. This isn't about possibility anymore. It's about inevitability. Carlos Alcaraz has entered his prime, and the tennis world is just beginning to understand what that means. The summer belongs to him until someone proves otherwise. And if no one does, we may be witnessing the beginning of a new Wimbledon dynasty. Carlos came with no expectations. Now, he carries all of ours.